Alright guys, so I am less than 24 hours away from my first NPC competition. I am at my hotel in Tucson, Arizona, and I'm going to be doing the Outlaw tomorrow. So a couple of things from this week. This week was peak week for me, and a lot of people make it into this huge thing, but actually I really enjoyed peak week. All I did was basically, I got to keep my same nutrition that I've been using for the last 3 weeks, all the way up through Wednesday. The only big change that I had was I had to drink 2 gallons of water on Sunday, 1.5 gallons on Monday, 1 gallon on Tuesday. Is that right? Yes. And then today I only had to drink 3/4 of a gallon. Now tomorrow that's going to change. Tomorrow I only get 4 ounces of water every 3 hours, which is not a lot of water at all. I also started taking my water pills today. I was a little bit nervous about the water pills, to be honest with you, because on the bottle it says only to take 2 once a day, and I've been taking 2 every 3 hours because I was told to do it every time I eat. So it's supposed to just really help you expel all the water and to really make your muscles pop a little bit more. So today, starting on yesterday, I believe, Thursday, I was able to start changing up my diet a little bit, so I was so excited about that. I actually got to eat, let's put it this way, first, for breakfast, I only got chicken and sweet potato for my first 3 meals, and then for my last 3 meals, I get steak and white rice. And I was so excited. And then what I did is the last 2 meals of steak and white rice, I actually got 1 tablespoon of some almond butter with it. And so after I grilled my steak and cooked my rice, I mixed my almond butter with all of it, and then I covered it in mustard because mustard is a freebie. And then it is just so amazing. It really is good. So I really enjoyed it. I can't complain at all about my meal. I was really concerned about all of the food that I was eating yesterday, though. I won't lie on that one either. It kind of played a really mental mind game with me, as far as it really made me go a little bit crazy. I have been on such a low calorie, around about 1,100 calories, 1,140 calories for basically the last 2 to 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden on Thursday I ate over 1,800 calories, and so it really messes with you. And I think that's what a lot of times people don't realize about competitors, is this really is a mental game, and you get your body trained in such a fashion to where it almost causes you to go a little bit crazy once you start having to eat different things again. There's some really great articles out there too that you can read about after the competition, and how a competitor's body will actually gain weight back a whole lot faster than what you were able to lose it, because your body's been used to eating so clean. So after having all of that stuff thrown into my head, then having to eat all this extra food, it was really rough for me yesterday. I felt like I was gonna totally ruin the last 12 weeks that I've worked so hard for. But I'm still there. I'm still kind of with that mental problem right now, so I'm hoping that everything falls together by tomorrow. But anyway, so today I checked in, and when I checked in, as you can tell, I got my tan, so I'm nice, and it's almost got an orangey look to it, so I don't know if I really like that yet, but like I told my husband, at least everybody else is going to have that orangey look too. So I did decide to go with the competition spray. It's a little bit more expensive, but what I liked about it was they were there at check-in. You're the same color as all the other girls, to where if you go to another place, you might have more of a brownish look to you, or more of a reddish look. It just depends on the color of the solution that they're using. And that's one thing that the judges are going to be looking at when you're on stage, is what your skin color looks like. And so the more that you look like the other girls, the better off you are, if that makes any sense. So I did go with them. So they sprayed me today. I checked in, and at check-in, Miles himself was there, and it's the NPC Miles production that is putting on this competition, so he was there to greet everybody and make you feel welcomed. And then you also were able to get your NPC card there. You have to have your card in order to compete. So if you don't have it already, you can purchase it online at NPC.com. You can go there and you can purchase your NPC card. And like I said, it's good for 1 year. I paid $120 for mine. It also comes with the subscription to the magazine, but you do have to have that. It's basically just an insurance in case something happens, but it won't. It's just one of the stupid standards you have to do. So I was able to get that when I checked in. They also had some nice little freebies. I got a free t-shirt. I got a little free sticker, a little keychain. And then they also have some sample packets of some pre-workouts and stuff like that. So different things that you can try out. And then they take your height. And I've been telling my husband I'm only 5'4", and today it proved it. I'm 5'4" and 7/8. He says that's still 5 foot. I'm going to say it's still 5'4". So I'm going to be in the shorty short group. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I saw so many tall girls, though. It was kind of like, I felt really, really short compared to these other girls. And I'm also, compared to the taller girls, I'm also a thicker girl than them. A lot of them looked real skinny. So two different things. We'll see what the judges go for tomorrow, but overall I'm super excited. I went out to a movie after I checked in with my husband, and now we're back at the hotel, just gonna kick it, take it a little bit easy tonight, and then that way tomorrow we can be there. What they normally will also have you do, I know with ours, I have to be there at 8:30 in the morning. You do have to, after you get your spray tan, you have to wear long, loose clothing. So that's why I'm in like my frumpy clothes. Ta-da! I've got my loose little cotton pants are preferable, and then a nice zip up. And the reason you want to zip up is so you don't have to struggle to put your shirt on or take it off, because you want to try to not mess with your tan as much as possible. So I have that. Another thing you'll want to do is bring a sheet. So I brought an old sheet from my house. Because you don't want to sleep on the hotel sheets and get your tan or anything on it, because they'll charge you for it. And this stuff does come off pretty easy. So you'll want to wear things that you don't mind getting messed up or stained. And then, like I said, remember to bring your sheet. And tonight I will be sleeping like this and trying not to move. The reason that you want to sleep in the cotton clothing as well is you don't want skin-on-skin contact, because again, that'll take your tan off, and you want to try to preserve it as much as possible. One of the other bonus things I was going to tell you about getting your tan from the place is, for instance, I got one of my tans tonight, and then I get to tan again tomorrow before the competition. So they'll do all the touch-ups for me. They'll also provide me with my oil for the show, and they'll also provide the bikini bike for me. So they'll be applying all that for me tomorrow. So again, that's one less thing that you have to worry about. It's not a big issue. My husband had said, ew, I do have some spots that have already kind of like, bleh, especially like on the armpit area that started, you can see the lines real bad, and under the breast. You're not allowed to wear deodorant, lotions, or anything like that the day that you get your tan. So, sorry. And then you get these awesome feet. Yay, those are awesome. Woo. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'll continue to update you tomorrow. Like I said, prejudging is in the morning. If you don't know about prejudging, I'm sure you already do, but I'll tell you again. Prejudging, you're going to get to do your whole routine. It's usually about 15 seconds long. It's just basically you come in, you walk up, you hit your front pose. Bikini does have mandatory front pose, and then it doesn't have to be straight on, but you do have to have a hand on the hip. So you do your front pose, you transition into your back pose. There is no side posing. So you transition into your back pose, you'll hold it, and then you'll transition back into your front pose, and then you walk off the stage so that the next girl can come on. That's your mandatory poses. After you do all your mandatory poses, then they'll call you out and they'll have you do a comparison round. The comparison round is now you're joined by other girls, so they'll walk all of you out to center stage. They'll normally have you do a front pose position, turn around, do a back pose, have you walk to a back line, hit your back pose again, transition to your front, and then walk back up to the line holding your front pose again. This is again so they can compare you to some of the other girls. They will not announce during prejudging who the winners are, where your placings are. However, most of the time, if you're in first call-outs, you'll be in the top, however many there are. So if it's a top 6, then you know you made the top 6 or a top 5. It just depends on how big your show is, on how many tops they have. So at least that way you'll know where you're at, and usually on where you're standing. So if you're closer to the middle, you probably have first. So you want to be closer to the middle. Now that can all change though. Judges have been known in the past to where they will change their mind before the end of the show. So don't go out and eat a bunch of crap food afterwards and just go crazy. Remember that you still have to come back that evening for the show. At least in my situation, I have to come back in the evening and do the actual show where they put you back. You go through the whole thing again, but the judges already know. And then that's when they'll announce their winners and give out their trophies or whatever it is that they're doing for you. So anyway, those are my tips, and I will see you tomorrow.